Te mana whakawa.
I call Nuk Korako.
A tēnā koe e te mana whakawa.
Tēnā koe.
Anōri rā e huri no te whare nei, e mihi hau te kia koutou katoa. A tēnei te mihi o te kaunihere o ngā mutu. Nā mihi no mahara mai ki te whare paramata. A kia koe e te kaunihera o ngā mutu. Nō reira, e mihi hau te kia koutou katoa. Mr. Speaker, it is indeed my pleasure to be able to speak on the first reading of the new Plymouth District Council Waitara Lands Bill first reading. If I could just, I'm speaking here as part of the government, but also as the chair of the Māori Affairs Select Committee, and particularly around a perceived issue around whether this should be at Māori Affairs or at the Local Government and Environment Select Committee. Mr. Speaker, my whakaaro here is that we can show true kotahitanga in the way that we are dealing, first of all, with the Māori Affairs Select Committee is dealing with the Te Atiawa Ki Taranaki Treaty Settlement Bill. And what better way to actually show that kotahitanga, and particularly working in with an organisation who actually truly believes in a resolution. And to me, sir, in doing that, it is important, I think, that we actually travel this road, we go on this journey together as the Māori Affairs Select Committee, do our work with the Te Atiawa Settlement Bill, and then also allow the Kaunihera or Ngā Mutu or New Plymouth District Council actually to do their work so that we are actually hoying this waka together in the right direction. So that is my whakaaro actually on that situation around who should be, where this bill should actually find its home. Mr. Speaker, I want to also start with acknowledging Jonathan Young. Jonathan is a very hard-working, locally connected MP for New Plymouth, and I want to congratulate him on the work he has done along with the New Plymouth Council to bring this bill to the House. Mr. Speaker, this bill addresses some land issues in Waitara, an area which has been the site of some of the most contentious episodes in New Zealand history. It was in 1865 when land in Waitara was confiscated from Te Atiawa by the Crown, a wrong which is only now being corrected with the Te Atiawa Claims Settlement Bill currently before this House. The situation in Waitara now is that much of the town's land is vested in the council as an endowment, but in a way that heavily restricts how the land may be used. 1/4 of all homes in Waitara are on this land with a perpetual lease. The residents of these homes have long sought to freehold their land, but are currently not allowed to do so. The income the council receives from these leases can only be used in very specific ways, which are not necessarily what the community needs. E te mana whakawa, there are three main groups with competing interests in the land. Te Atiawa would like their land returned, and ideally all of it. Leaseholders would like the power to freehold their land, and the council would like to be able to use the funds from leases or the freeholding process. Sir, this bill is a compromise which balances these competing aims through the following three main provisions. The council will vest over 40 hectares of land in Te Atiawa, allowing the iwi to add to the economic base they will begin building with in the upcoming treaty settlement. The leaseholders will also gain a right to freehold, and proceeds from the leasehold land will be vested back into Waitara. Now that is the really important part of this. It's because a lot of the land that is vested back into Waitara through the New Plymouth District Council and Taranaki Regional Council. So a lot of the administration, the statutory boards, equal appointees from the New Plymouth District Council. So a lot of this is actually about kotahitaka, actually working together as sort of part of this sort of completion of this particular process. Te Atiawa would like their land returned, and we know that. but they have actually agreed, even in discussions and corridor with them during the treaty settlement bill. They actually see a true resolution coming out of here, working together in unison with the council itself. Mr. Speaker, I think when we look at the commercial redress from this bill, actually everyone wins. It is estimated this could result in $500,000 per year going back into the community by 2020. So it's a win-win, you know, $2 million by 2040. Mr. Speaker, I commend this bill to the House. Kia ora.
Tēnā koe,